What's up, y'all? It's me, Tasha C, and in this video, y'all, I will be reviewing the Have and Have Not Season 3. What is this about? Episode 4? So let's get into it, y'all. I think the title of this episode I seen was Amanda's Room. Finally paying attention to titles. But shout out to my YouTube fam, my subscribers, and not subscribe, click that subscription button below. Yeah, below. And like and share this video, y'all. Now let's get into it. As we see, it's entitled Amanda's Room. And might be a spoiler alert or anything, but we see that Amanda technically does not make an appearance in this episode. We see someone's back there. Okay. We'll save that for later. So anyways, as far as characters, a lot going on, but let's just get with the Hannah real quick. Because I usually go by characters, and I don't go by scene by scene. Just to let y'all know if y'all new here. And, anyways, Hannah is sitting there. I like to know what does the actress that plays that had on her skin, because her skin looked radiant in her scene when she was trying to get on with the man who plays Michael in the scene. I like to know, because it just looked like it was meant for, you know, Palmer's Cocoa Butter's newest product. It just looked radiant. I just want to know. I would apply on my skin. So anyway, they still are kissing, and she's just like, I don't know. And then we hear this romantic music in the background, like, baby, I want you, blah, 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 blah. And she already said that Benny, you know, her son might come there, and Michael's still like, if she come, we'll stop. And I guess she sensed the his appearance, and we all, I don't know, just me, y'all, but you notice how Benny is kind of like, grr, ever since he came from the hospital. He was just so mellow on the first season and a half before, you know, he got hit by Wyatt. And now, all of a sudden now, he just like, what? What, you got a problem? What, you got a problem? It's just, you know, I'm just saying, you know, he kind of is a little bit more aggressive. A little bit more. Maybe I'm kind of undertoning what's really going on here, okay? And, you know, considering the position that he is, and then would just come out fine or back to himself, it's not surprising that he's kind of like changing and becoming a little more different. So based on the time frame, maybe he just came back from Jeffrey's apartment and all this stuff after, you know, the embarrassing, awkward moment. So he came back to the house, whatever, right? But we hear, and then all of a sudden, as soon as Benny opened up the door, the record scratched. We hear the record at sounds and stuff. So whenever Benny see, he like, close the door, my ass. That's pretty much what he was giving us. And then also we see the little Have Nots intro, you know, everybody with a nice, you know, Sunday clothes / evening ball gowns on, outfits on the stuff, whatever, right? And so we see that Hannah feels that coincidence, it was meant to happen. Michael, you know, apologized, but he said he still loves touching and caressing Hannah, right? But Hannah's like this. She realized that she took Benny coming in there as a sign for her not to have sex, and she's going to ask for forgiveness with Michael, baby. But she did admit that when you take your sexual chocolate self, and all that Mr. Clean bald head in your head, whatever, just with your sexy self, I will be forgiving myself and stuff like that for nature. But it did not happen. But I am a human. I'm not going to apologize. Michael's trying to apologize. I'm sorry. But you were just looking delicious or whatever. That's what he was going by. And she's just like, you know what? But still, she was like, hallelujah, God. You know that this did not happen. And the sign came from Benny. And then it makes me think, like, I can't wait till the rest of the season then. Is next time going to stop? Of course, we don't know that, but it makes me think, like, if Hannah was even going as far as, like, you know, the robe was coming off and everything, and, you know, and all this other stuff. I'm just saying. Oh, we kind of know Brian. That probably ain't the last episode we see. We just don't know, but I'm just saying, this is going to be an interesting season. This keeps getting better, personally, to me. So, anyways, she's basically like talking to Benny, because after Michael left, she let him walk out. Because Michael's like, you know, you don't think, you know, she basically made sure Michael walked out just in case Benny want to come out and start boom, 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 and smack with him, like, what you doing? What you was doing talking about my mama? What you doing nasty to my mama? You know, that's pretty much what she was making sure she got him out the house. And so I think Benny comes out, whatever, you know, handles his door. And it seems like Benny is pretty like saying like, how dare you? You about to open up your legs to strain your legs. What stuff is your... Did you notice how ironic in this episode? I know I'm fast forwarding it. But both Wyatt and Benny were really trying their mamas. And both of them were kind of calm considering what could have been another response, okay? Because even the way the baby Benny was checking about it, but understanding Benny did just come out of the hospital and possibly coming brain dead, and you got his daddy trying to take his kidney and all this other mess. But at the same time, with all this effort, the damn thing is that Benny's just so aggressive, like basically like in a way, I'm like, in a minute he's gonna call his mama a hoe? Because he was like, how dare you over strange man? Hannah's like, he ain't no strange stuff like that. But it's just like, you know, what was you doing that for? And they did man in here because I could have bopped him in the head. And he was on top of you. And what were you doing that for? And that. You know what? I need to leave. You know, I won't take a breather. And Hannah's like, yeah, you do need to take a breather because you up and just talk to me any type of way and blah, blah, blah. And I asked for forgiveness, blah, blah. But he leaves. But you can just see it all in Benny's eyes. Is basically he just wants to hit somebody, okay? And he's getting to the point where you're just like, dang, Benny, like, I kind of liked it, the mellow version, because this here, I don't know. Do y'all like it, guys? First, it was okay as far as technical, but he's kind of like, this is like, he's almost like, trying to be like, he's Hannah's not daddy, but grandpa, like, you know, I'm going to throw the cane and shit at him. I'm just saying this, he's really getting to a point, but we do know the effects of, like I said before, and I know I'm being repetitive here, the effect of being hit by a car and all this other stuff and the medication to bring him back to alertness. So, I don't know how many times this medicine has been tested, but it's apparently making him more aggressive. Okay, so that's a question mark on how Benny's going to be the rest of the season, okay? Because he, you know, he just on some other stuff, okay? So he leaves. Hannah goes to work, I think, I don't know what day it is, but this is the day that Jim's Crier, why I call him James? Jim's Crier is supposed to announce his government, you know, to all his people at the office, you know, his campaign office, whatever, you know, whatever. So she gets there, and of course we know, even by the previews, that Catherine Cat is still alive, okay? She comes downstairs, and you know, right before, when Hannah arrives, we got Selena, number 3, number 4, 30, that's 311 or whatever. It's up there questioning her like, okay, oh, are you back? And does Jim know you're working here? Hannah's like, you know, well, don't worry about this. Catherine know you working here, and basically mind your damn business. Mind your business. Mind your business, okay? You know, she's probably more frustrated and stuff like that. Almost about to get something to basically how she made it seem she hasn't gotten it almost 2 decades ago from the way she was kind of talking to Michael last episode. I didn't review the last 2 episodes, just to let y'all know, and I'm going to upload, because I did review the premiere of season 3 also, and I got to put those videos up there. But yeah, but what I'm saying is, she's like basically like mind your business. So she probably in a way, even though she's asking for forgiveness, there's still a little frustration, okay? I know back in her head it was probably Marvin Gaye, let's get on, playing on, and then just stopped right there, okay? Michael's about to knock down them. Oh Lord, I hate what it says, but you know the common thing is about them webs and them Charlotte webs that she had down there supposedly, and then this happened. Okay, and then Selena trying it too. Oh, Selena gonna catch one with Hannah one day, I think, depending on how she feels. She keep trying her, and Hannah, and if it ain't okay, maybe I'm jumping ahead. But what I'm saying is because she, you know, last scene was like, no, like, I got time for this. Take Selena, well, you stay in your lane, I stay in my lane. And get out of my way. You know, Selena, you know how she is. But it's kind of interesting that consider that junk that Wyatt just did last episode, that, you know, she just kind of tuned it out like as if it didn't happen. And this dude was damn near about to, you know, do some type of assault to her, and already crossed the line how the way he was talking to her, but the way basically he came on her and stuff like that, and the way it was. And then she just go back, it's like nothing happened and stuff like that, and acting as if she ain't traumatized. Like, girl, you better watch your back, because the way Wyatt came on her, you know, you don't know if he may try it again, or he might be successful, whatever foul shit that he on towards her, because that's pretty much what the hell looked like was about to happen. you know, Wyatt's on something else too. Like, so she goes upstairs and Catherine's getting ready to go down the campaign thing. And she basically tells Hannah she's so happy they hug. They are Laverne and Shirley again. We gonna make it through. We doing it all. Okay, I'm sorry. But anyways, she's just so happy. And she lets her know, like, she's actually just ecstatic. Well, she does let Hannah know that Jim is not there and all this other stuff, woo woo. But at the same time, she lets her know, like, oh, it's some boy Management that knows Candace and all this other stuff, and he basically did what should have been done to Jim a long time ago. And, you know, Hannah like, and you just find this funny. And then she was like, bet it gets better. He told the kids that he been sleeping with Quincy found out that Jim is sleeping with Candace. And he told the kids, and they know that I'm not his penis. And in every other vajayjay possibly that is open available is the problem that he can get into, okay? And I had to keep making up a bunch of numbers, and I'm on number 50, and I lost count, okay? You know, I keep a track record of these heifers and these darn numbers I give these bras. And Hannah's just basically like this, like, you know what? You find this fun. She would say, I think he likes me, you know, not in the he want to go with me type of thing, whatever. But I think she's like, she wants him to pay him to basically, you know, stump Jim every Friday. You know, like it's Friday night, be Jim night, okay? And Hannah's letting her know, like, do you realize, like, this, I'm trying to tell you, this dude is dangerous. This is not funny. And Catherine's not taking it that way. Catherine's like, what happened to your humor? I'm like, no. She like, Hannah like, ain't nothing happened to my humor, but what, basically, she felt like, said, what the hell's wrong with you, Catherine, or Miss Grier, whatever she calls Catherine. And she basically said, no, you need to check on Wyatt, maybe, you know, try to wake him up, so, because, you know, she's been trying to get him to go. And then check on Amanda. And if she don't wake up in 30 minutes, check up on her. And we'll get that back to that part and last thing about that, even though I kind of spoiled it in probably the first, 1 minute and a half that I was talking. And so, David, it's like a lot of stuff kind of intertwined. But to go real quick, we got Jeffrey. We still waiting possibly, I thought honestly that Quincy was going to appear in this episode, but hopefully that Candace is out this episode or is out of this apartment. Because, you know, Candy's trying to ask him, like, you know what? What is she talking about? Why you feel? She's basically still trying to say, like, you need to stand up to that witch. The bad witch from Wizard of Oz, and, you know, stand up for yourself or whatever. And she's like, what does she has over you? What car? I think she was kept asking, what car? And he's just like, never mind. She even trying to ask, like, okay, like, what's going on? And, you know, Candace, like, she really is trying to be Jeffrey's friend, I think, to a certain extent. And she's basically is concerned, like, you know, stand up to that shit. And he's like, no, I'll be cut off from everything and all this other stuff. You know what she did before and we're trying. She like this. I blackmail plenty of people. I have a black book of all the people I blackmail. So what is basically you talking about as far as wondering if she's going to blackmail? She's going to do it, she's going to bend do it, okay? She basically trying to say his mom is playing that mind trick, reverse psychology on his ass. And so, she like, you know, like, when he talking about the cut off part, she like, well, why you can't cut yourself off, you know, whatever, like, you know, like, okay, and you don't know the struggle. Sometimes you have to struggle to be yourself. Why should you sit there and suffer just because? And he's like this, like, yeah, I struggled before. She like, school, whatever. Okay, the real struggle is when you have to imagine and dream about your food. You're struggling when you don't know, you have no lights, and you're conditioned where you're basically out there. Okay, you don't know the real deal struggle. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as that. And you have to do that. That's what you have to do. And, you know, all Jeffrey can keep doing, I know, is just like, you know, I got money for the hotel. I got money for the hotel. I know the manager at this hotel. Do you want me to get a cab for the hotel? Or are you sure you want to go to the hotel now? Do you want me to help you pack your bags? Do you want me to use my rewards card at this hotel so I get extra bonus points? So that's all he on. But in an indirect way, he possibly could be protecting her when Quincy arrives, okay? Because he is on a mission to get at her. And I ain't gonna lie, I did think, like, when I see Melissa bring her tail there, that I first thought that he was gonna come there when they were there. But, you know, I'm not the writer of the show. So, She comes there and it's like this, hey, Jeffrey, Melissa's ass, whatever. How you doing, blah, blah, blah. And basically, if she could, I think she was trying to give him some before they went down to the campaign office for Jim's announcement, which everybody's like, instead of where's Waldo, they're trying to find Jim. And he's just like, yeah, whatever. She's just like, oh, we had a good time last night. I can do it better. I can do it better. I can do more this time. What you want me to do? What you want me to do? What you want me to do? And he just like, okay, even if Jeffrey was straight, the way she was coming on, it was just like too pushy. Like you could tell something wasn't right. Either she's like the type that, so many dudes might have ran away from her ass that, she just keep trying thinking she throws some, some coochie coupons at somebody, maybe eventually get one to stay. Like, why you don't like me? But then Jeffrey pointed out, because she kept saying over again, we just got to keep trying and trying again. Eventually, it's natural and it leads on to, you liking it. You just got to keep doing it over again. And ding, 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 it sounds familiar, Jeffrey. And he's like, have you been talking to my mama? And she's like, huh? What? What do you mean? I don't know what you're talking about. And then Jeffrey realized that, some arrangement, or I don't know how much she paid Melissa or whatever's going on. But it turns out, y'all, that apparently she basically threw herself on her, really at the request of Veronica. Doesn't that not seem shocking? So apparently she's trying to hold his arm for him when she was just like, okay, well, let's go then. Let's go down there, blah, blah, blah. And she was trying to, kiss on Jeff or hold his arm. He's like, we going, but going somewhere. Because even let her know I'm not interested. But even in that, like I said, that's what she kept throwing on this, throwing herself to him more. Did y'all notice also too that when Michael was about to leave Hannah's place, he was trying to kiss her. She's like, you all right. I can call you. Give me some time. Okay. Okay. Keep going. And anyways, so we got that occurring, whatever, right? So let's go into real quick. It really wasn't focused on David and the Maggie / Veronica part. Maggie sees David down there and they talk, one of the parts of the campaign place. But first, beforehand, real quick, it's this lady there that's very popular. She usually gets 20 million viewers every time a show is. Some news anchor, somebody got their own show that's very popular. And she's talking to Maggie like, you don't think I came from such and such, I think Manhattan, to come out here not to talk about, asking questions about his son, whatever. She wants to keep them ratings going. Maggie's like, first kind of, but she's like, okay, basically, I'm going to get what I get, or I'll take my behind back to Manhattan, okay, type of thing. And then I think she's like trying to 2 questions. So I think she negotiated to what, 4? Was it 2 or 4? It was an even number. And so she's basically letting Maggie know, I'm going to ask these questions. Maggie's like, okay, can you tell me the questions? And she's like, isn't that cute? Oh, that's just so adorable. Nope. And we're waiting. And it was a big turnout, considering that he's just going, to campaign for a run from governor. And, so nobody still is. It should have been an episode called either Man in His Room or Where's Jim? Where's Jim? That should have been what the heck it should have been called, because a lot of people were asking where Jim was. And by the way, even when Catherine was trying to, well, I'll get to that real about the wide part real quick, and Catherine going down there and to the campaign office, because I also forgot to mention that, here she is happy about Jim being exposed for his affairs. But Hannah also point out to her, like, how can you sit here and go to campaign office and you can't stage me? Basically, she's like this. What happens how you sit here and just an image. It's all an image thing. And Hannah trying to warn her like, well, I'd rather be poor and happy, basically, like, instead of being rich, and pretending this facade. Am I pronouncing that right, y'all? But basically pretending as if I'm happy and I'm not, So kind of in a way, it's interesting. The title of the show is The Haves, but kind of in a way they don't have like peace and happiness. Some of them don't. Do you see too much happiness with the haves in their situations? I'm just saying. So, anyways, sometimes the haves don't have not nothing either. Okay, let me just say it. So, so after, let's see here. So there's another lady also there that she wants to make sure that wants to ask about Cameron Rice. She got Landon on the case. And about gay rights. She makes sure to make them stay away from Harriet because Nate even knows how Veronica feels about, you know, like the gays and how she's like the homosexuals and all this stuff, right? Well, I mean, that's just how Veronica receives it. And I kind of wonder, why is her hatred so strong? Does she got stuff to hide? I don't know. I've been thinking about it since I was watching Ashley Miller. Also check out her channel. That she also does the reviews of Halftime Announcements. And so does my cousin Mike, YouTube cousin Mike B181. And I think also my other YouTube cousin, Some More Love. And my other YouTube cousin, also the Ghetto B with TJ. I'm just putting it out there. Anybody else who does reviews, please put it down there. So hopefully I'll remember to put it in the next video review. And I will try to make sure I put it out there. But what I'm saying is that, so we got to worry about that. And, you know, she's just concerned about, make sure you keep them away in the hair. Just keep them over there. Over there. Okay. Because we all know how she feels about that situation. And so we go to party. Like I said, Maggie runs into David, and she basically says, "Hey, how you doing? Did you get, basically get a rest tonight?" But David was like, he had a good rest considering, what happened, the night before, so many hours and stuff. And Maggie even asked, like, "Is your wife gonna be here?" And he's like, "No, Veronica. Yeah, she will be here." And she was like, "Have you talked to her?" And he's like, but he knows his wife. Okay, so she finds out and comes there. Veronica comes there, like we said, because it's all about keeping up an image with some of these folks. And Veronica's like, "Hey, there's a good turnout. Well, make sure you do your job." And basically a nice way to let them know, like, "I'll be watching you." And, David's like, after Veronica leaves to go to another room, just after a little bit after she gets there, he's just like, David's like, just go and move. Maggie was like, "You gotta tell me twice. She don't want to get her ass beat again." So that explains that. And also, I'm gonna tell you is the part was Jeffrey before Jeffrey sent to get a cab for Candace before she left. I remember that she said a comment along the lines, comment along the lines after Jeffrey asked her, "Well, how did you know my dad was at such and such hotel?" And she said, "Well, I got somebody to get, I think, her dad's." I mean, not her dad's, of course. I meant to say either Jeffrey's father's phone or, Maggie's phone and get some information. Jeffrey's like, "What the heck are you talking about?" But we don't know because since Jeffrey didn't tell her what really was going on, Candace didn't tell her what was really going on or why she tried to get certain information such and such. Okay, so like I said, everybody's still waiting for Jim to come. And so, one of the last situations was Candace, I think comes back, I think after leaving Jeffries to go make sure that Jim has had enough time to consider signing. And at first she says Ward and this other dude like, "No, I'm straight. I'll go back down here." And she tried to get him to sign the paperwork, but she already knew this first bag of tricks they might be coming out of. Now in the previews it shows looks like Jim possibly might knock her the hell out and keep on going. Even though it's another preview that throws us off that she said, "Ben, you ain't got to worry about us. We rich or whatever," right? So she already knows, like, I know how these rich people run. They can wire transfer stuff because we got enough money that he could, the banker can set up stuff with the wire transfer ASAP. So he's like, that's not how stuff works. She's like, "I know, you just gonna call." But then, no, first she was like, "You sign the papers." He's like, "I gotta let the handle." She's like, "Oh, okay, we can make that done." As soon as he tries to get her, she just like this. That's how the heel was like, almost like a part of the damn switch. She was like this, because when she pressed that button electric, she shocked his ass again, and he let her go. She's like, "Oh, okay, you gonna sign this, right? You gonna sign this? Okay, you gonna sign this, right? You want me to shock you again?" It was almost like, she just basically just slide out his lap, even when he was grabbing her after he shocked it. She shocked in 2035, and it was nothing, and she was just like, "So are you gonna sign this paperwork?" So he signed the paperwork, and she made him call his banker, even though he was trying to say, like, that's not how things work still. You know how Jim is. And she had him sign it there, and then she had him to go shower and, stuff like that down there. But she made sure before she let Jim get out of there, because she's like, "I got a nice suit, I got Bath and Body Works men body wash for you and shampoo, so we about to get this cracking." And she brings War back down there. Yeah, while Jim is in the shower, she was like, "Let's watch the DNA so we can kill him." War he like, "Oh, hell no." She's like, "I know we can't kill him," but her thought is, especially since after what he did to her, and had her scared that she thought she was going to lose her life, and the torture she had with Rose and her kids and whatever else was going on with her crew. And so, I mean, Mama Rose or whatever, or how Candy she calls it, what she call Mama Rose, a thing or it. Oh, Lord. So, anyways, she tells Ward, like, if I could run to this, we're going to be straight. I got the money. Money's supposed to come for the hour. We're going to be straight. We got pina coladas if we want to. We can go Bahamas if we want to, okay? But she basically like this. If I get into a business, I want you to go in there with me. Okay, and he like, I want you to go straight. Ward's like, you know, I know I do hustle, but she's like, if I find the right business, I want you to go straight, bro. And I owe you that enough. So, let's see how that turns out. Or Candace is still, even though this money supposed to be wide less than an hour, let's see if she gets the money first, or it's some backlash where, you know, she got to find, still even going through all this, still have to find some way to get the money. So, that's that part with that. And this last part, I remember Catherine was, you know, first she's even on, you know, she's finds out through Selena, I think, that Wyatt has been drinking. I think she asked, like, I think where Jim was, and or something like that, or asked Selena, you know, where Wyatt is, and Selena meant that Wyatt's not trying to go, or something like that with him and drinking. She talks to Wyatt, and she's like, what the hell, you drinking, and blah, blah, blah. And Wyatt's like this, what? You know, blah, blah, blah. What are you talking about? And, you know, Catherine's just like, you know, you're going to go to this thing. No, mama, I ain't going to go to this. Yeah, whatever, blah, blah, blah. You can go to hell. And what y'all done for me and stuff like that. You know, all you did, well, y'all helped me just basically get worse. I killed a little girl and all this stuff. Whatever. What have you done for me, huh? What? And Catherine just looks like this. You know, I'm going to have your daddy handle it. And when she calls, Wyatt got his phone, and she like, why you have your dad's phone? Well, he left, and he probably screwing Candace right about now. You know, all this stuff. But then, he again, when she's like, what? I could have sworn he said, go to hell again. And I'm thinking, Catherine, if you don't Vinny sidekick that Chung Lee, that goddamn bottle at least, or Vinny sidekick on Wyatt in his fucking damn balls, I'm just saying, it was like, Catherine's just like this, you know, what? So anyways, she just basically, I don't know why I feel like, Lord, I hope she ain't talking about timeout. So she basically like, let me get ready to go, you gonna come, whatever. And that's when we went back, you know, wind back that she told Hannah, like, you know, tell him to get ready to go, blah, 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 and check on Amanda. And then even when she's in the car, she tried to call and forgot that Wyatt has Jim's phone. And she even said, call the bastard. And the phone started to ring. And she realized that Wyatt has the phone. So she on her way to the campaign office. You know, keeping up that image, okay? And so, Hannah, you know, instead of, I don't think she ever went to Wyatt's room at all. She goes to Amanda's room, and we see blood everywhere. We see a girl, which we already presume, since we haven't seen Amanda yet, that most likely was her. But still, technically, we didn't see Amanda's face yet, you know what I mean? So it could be Amanda. There's 9 out of 10 chance and not. You know, we seem like it's blood on the dress and stuff like that. Hannah's just so terrified, and just seeing her turn look like there was some blood, you know, on the floor, on the bed, and she rubbed some of the blood that she got addressed on the window, because first she didn't turn on the light. She just went straight to open up the curtains and the sun, and she just see this horrific crime scene in there. And that's pretty much how it ends, because she's like, oh my gosh, she wrung her apron and everything. And that's pretty much how it ends. And then we're seeing the previews. And that's it, y'all. Y'all have a pleasant week, pleasant night, pleasant weekend. And we're just seeing the suspense, and it's just becoming more and more interesting. Hopefully, you know, I did all right. Anyway, y'all take care. Love y'all. See you in the next video.